Hi, this is Nikki, and I am going to walk you through element 2 of the final clinical project. In my life studies class, I created a lesson based around technology, and the topic of the lesson was eating disorders. So, what you see here is a presentation that I created for my students to give them a brief overview of what eating disorders are, the causes, and then also to provide them with the project guidelines as the students were to create a presentation on a particular eating disorder topic using Microsoft Movie Maker or PowerPoint. The first slide that I showed my students prior to the project just gave them a brief description of eating disorders. The second slide that was discussed was the causes of eating disorders, and prior to showing my students this slide, I had them brainstorm in groups of two to build background knowledge and to see what their thoughts were on eating disorders and then also the causes associated with eating disorders. The two that were pinpointed commonly were media influences and then peer and social pressures. I found that interesting because in my next slide, I showed them a quick video clip from the Dove Beauty campaign that kind of portrays media influences. And let me go ahead and show you that.
You'll look younger, smaller, lighter, fuller, tighter, thinner, softer. It really works.
Sorry about that. So I showed them that video clip to motivate them, get them excited about the project. So what you see here is just a project description explaining the project. I had them work in groups of 2 or 3, and they were to research one of the topics listed on the bottom here. So they were expected to use either Microsoft PowerPoint or they were given the option to use Windows Movie Maker to create a presentation that was visually appealing, but also had included all of the necessary information that was expected too. Here's a list of some of the project guidelines that they were expected to include. So they needed to explain what the disorder was, how many people are affected by the disorder, some of the symptoms and characteristics of the disorder, the causes, treatment, and then other treatment options for individuals struggling with an eating disorder. Also, they were to include 8 pictures and then had to have at least 2 sources. This is a student project sample following the project, so I plan on using this for the future to show some of the students in my classes for future years what the expectation was. So let me go ahead and show you this particular video. recap here and move on, I do have an additional student sample. Um, Here are some of the student responses that I received. So this is in part of my project reflection. I did survey my students and found out that many of them chose PowerPoint because they weren't familiar with Movie Maker and it seemed like more work to them. Although many students stated that Movie Maker was more difficult to navigate than PowerPoint, they still preferred viewing the movies on the presentation day. So they said that that was more interesting and fun to watch. I do also have down that many students did choose Movie Maker as means to present their topic, but that still many opted to use Microsoft PowerPoint. Students also reported needing more time. I only gave them 2 days to present. So if I were to do this again, I would definitely give them more time. Students also stated it was very difficult to work in groups and partnerships because when their partner was absent, it was very difficult to gather images and then videos from their partner's H drives. And in conclusion, some of my project goals, I would adjust the project guidelines so that a digital presentation format is mandatory. Now I've gained so many more resources and I'm comfortable using other resources such as VoiceThread, PresentMe. So I would definitely make this a mandatory part of the project. I also noticed that I had only 2 language domains that were supported during the creation of this project, which were reading and then also writing. So in the future, to promote more speaking and listening language domains, the students can use voiceovers during their digital presentations. And finally, the following supplementary activities could be utilized during the final presentations. So prior to the movies being displayed, I could have the students build background knowledge. So use activities to do so. Use graphic organizers and also sentence and summary frames during the presentations to promote more writing, and then also just active activities to get them more engaged. So thank you. Bye.